Hello there. Right, this is a review of a vinyl record LP because a couple of months ago my cousin said, have you got the album? And I said, no, I've not yet, but I was going to because, in my opinion, you can't have a vinyl record collection without having at least one this great band's albums. And in my opinion, right, it's only in my opinion, right? I'm no slagging them off because I hate them or I didn't like them like as people. But I think that this band, technically, right, because in my opinion, the Beatles, right, they're a brilliant band and they've changed music, but in my opinion, they're just a little bit overrated. In my opinion, yes, they're brilliant and they've changed music, and I like them for that. And music wouldn't be the same if they weren't in the world. But in my opinion, just because of the rawness and like all what they've got up to, and like the lyrics and the songs, the Rolling Stones are better than the Beatles. Just in my opinion, though, because they're a bit more oomphed, like like. Uh, well, It's All Over Now is a fantastic song, as you know, because if you're a fan, you would love it. And what's that other one? Jumping Jack Flash is an amazing one as well, though. But it's Not Far Away. That was done by what was his name? Oh wait, Buddy Holly and the Crickets. But the Rolling Stones doing an amazing version. It's probably even better than the original. Aye, one of the greatest covers of all time, in my opinion. But there's quite a lot on this that I not really heard before or not heard for absolute ages. But what an album, though! Trust me. If you've never heard it, I would recommend you listen to it because it's absolutely phenomenal. But what's the other one? Wait there, I'm going to pause it and I'm going to try and find it. This song, which is number 2 on side 3 on this vinyl record LP, which is a double album, it's Let's Spend the Night Together, because obviously they were the sort of band that you wouldn't want your mother to hear you listening to, but you could take a Beatles record home and listen to that with your parents, and the Rolling Stones were a bit more umph because they done lots of stuff outside the music to call themselves proper rock stars, because like bands like the Foo Fighters, they came out and just say like, well, we're no rock stars, we're musicians. That's because they didn't do all the stuff that the Rolling Stones done and the Who done. But I like that in their music because it's all right now and again listening to like a sloppy, nice love song like Ed Sheeran, because it puts money in his back pocket and all the girls and mothers like him and that. But at the end of the day, though, you just want something that pumps your heart and pumps your blood around your body, and they do it for me as well. But recently I've been listening to the Deep Purple, and oh my god, the way that they just in between the songs have guitar riffs and the organ, which is brilliant, and R.I.P. because the guy that played the organ in Deep Purple is no longer around. R.I.P. Right, anyway, I'll be back in a minute because I'm going to put in a song for you. Aye, and the Rolling Stones, when they were growing up, or just before they started in their band, they liked, before the 60s, they liked American, black rhythm and blues music and all that and stuff like that, like Chuck Berry and stuff like that, and they liked all that sort of stuff that was happening in the late 40s and 50s and that. Sometimes on their guitar solos you can hear it like the rhythm and blues sort of type stuff. I mean, they are heavier than the Beatles, obviously, but you can really hear the influences in some of the songs if you really listen, like that one. Listen. But oh, what a cover version that is! It's just in case you were wondering. Number 3 on side 1. Aye, but what an album! I'm so glad I actually got it. I was looking through like another section of records in Stalden and England, Ormskirk and North Lancashire, and the stall was brilliant. I would recommend it to you. Go to Ormskirk and you really need to go to the vinyl record stall. Even if you're not into vinyls, just have a look because the other artwork is brilliant. But if you're into vinyls, you'll love it. Trust me, it's amazing. And it's good prices and the guy's a nice guy to talk to. So check that out. Please do. If you are a music fan. And if you're a vinyl record fan, then it'll blow your mind sideways. Aye, because I've always been looking for Suzi Quatro's Greatest Hits and I found that there and I've not found it anywhere else. So, oh, that was quite that only lasted for 2 minutes and 64 seconds. See, you can hear the influence of American rhythm and blues. Oh, obviously, because this is a Chuck Berry song. Carol. Aye, Chuck Berry's good. Listen to him if you like that sort of music, because he is good. Right, wait there, I'm going to put in another song. Right, I'm just going to show you this. And that's all my records in there. And then in there I have lots of other records. God, so far I've just been collecting everything. I've got everything for like the Foo Fighters, Ed Sheeran, the Rolling Stones, Deep Purple, Simon and Garfunkel, the Carpenters, Sex Pistols, Chuck Berry, the Big O, aka Roy Orbison. Roy Orbison's absolutely brilliant. His voice is amazing. Really, check it out if you like that type of music. But oh my god, it is good. And I've got Eurythmics, the Simply Red, because in my opinion, like what's it? Mick Hucknall, who Simply Red, has got such a great voice, and when I went to see him in concert, it was the best singer I've ever heard live, ever. Aye, and I've heard lots and lots and lots of singers on TV and YouTube that have sung live, and he is one of the best I've ever heard. So, right. Fantastic album, as I said. I would recommend it to anyone that's into rock. You've got to have a little bit of these in your life if you like a bit of rock. They've done some absolutely incredible songs like Honky Tonk Woman, as Tears Go By, Paint It Black, Not Far Away, Little Red Rooster. It's just incredible, and there are music documentaries about the band's career, just brilliant. It's just unreal. Keith Richards, in my opinion, how he managed to live until he has and he's still alive. He's written the real book about rock and roll, just like the lifestyle and all the antics and that. It's in fact, maybe when they've officially retired, or if one passes away and they just call it a day after that because no one could take anyone's place in that band, then they should make a film about them, just like what they did with Queen, and it would be absolutely brilliant. Just like the scrapes they got into, how they managed to stay in the business, and the breakup, and then they got back together. It's just incredible. It's amazing. I mean, if you delve into their history and watch like some of their recent concerts, you can see Keith Richards' fingers are all bent. He's a mess, and they all. And I didn't mean this in a bad way, but I'm just saying it as it is. Their bodies are wrecked. They just can't stop probably they've got to a point in their life where music is what they do, but not that's not what they do anymore. That's what they are. They are their music. They didn't sing it. They are it. they were born to be musicians, and they've got so much influences that they bring into the band, and influences that like they've influenced other bands now, and it's just incredible. I mean, Mick Jagger, he shouldn't be able to move like that on stage. Like, his hips are mental. How they've no snapped, I'll never know. But anyway, right, if you think you might like them, just give them a go and see if you like them. You'll hear all the influences that they've gathered up throughout their life into their music, and some soft and some hardish rock and that, but like, when you hear like Paint It Black, it's just, it lives on. Aye. Might not be everyone's cup of tea, and people might think, aye, they're bad, they didn't show a good example, but like, if you just listen and really take it for what you hear and nothing else, then it is good music that will live on forever, aye. And it's just great, aye. Aye, they have put the effort into it, and they deserve everything that they've worked for, aye. And when they go, it'll be weird. It's like almost just seeing, like, seeing your bedroom or something. You've got used to it, and you just accept they're there. They've been there forever, and it's crazy. Some of the things that they've done, if other people done it, it would finish them off. But then it's like, if the world was going to end right now, all that would, if a meteorite came and hit the earth, all that would survive is cockroaches and the Rolling Stones. Mental. Aye, rock on. Aye. They might be old and decrepit, but rock on. At least they're having fun. Right. Anyway, that was my honest opinion about the very good rock and soft rock, whatever you want to call them, but at the end of the day, it's just good old rock music that you can listen to, you can listen to on a big journey, you can dance to, you can, and just the history of them and how they've sustained a band is brilliant. Sometimes it's more than some of its parts. Aye, and the big tongue that's on the t-shirts and albums and stuff, they've got a legacy of their own that will live on and inspire so many more bands to play that genre of music. So I would recommend that you listen to like some of the documentary series stuff on their band's history and life and that, and how they've came to form. It's so interesting. I love music documentaries. I love finding out what makes a band tick. Right, anyway, so thank you for listening and watching. I love good old rock music. It keeps me going. So as I said, that was my opinion about the Rolling Stones, the greatest hits on double vinyl record LP. Right, so peace out. Pounded Nugget. See ya.